Hello and welcome to Yoga with Brianna. I'm very excited to flow with you today. Some of the things that we might be using are a yoga block and a strap. So a block can be anything. If you do not have an actual yoga block, you can use a really thick book. It is meant to bring the ground to you in times that maybe that stretch is a little out of reach. You can also use a yoga strap. Yoga straps are great to bring you closer to your toes. If you do not have one of these, a belt or a bathrobe tie works just fine. This is going to be an all-over flow, great for beginners, very simple, not anything too strenuous. I hope you get what you need out of it, and I'm excited to meet you on the back of the mat. Starting at the back of our mat, we're going to bring our knees to the wide width edges, toes to barely touch. Inhale, breathe the arms way up overhead. As we exhale, we're going to walk our hands out, extending our arms long overhead. Push your forehead down onto the mat and allow your body to relax. Forearms relax down, hips relax back, and just breathe. If you have a practice in setting an intention, you can take these first few moments to set your intention. That can be anything you want it to be, a word, a phrase, a mantra, whatever speaks to you. If you would like to take a longer time to open, you can pause this video. Whenever you're ready, slowly begin to lengthen your inhales deep into the belly, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slow and steady, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, big breath, filling the belly up with air. Exhale through the mouth. Sealing our lips for this next round, inhale through the nose. Exhale with the same force but through the nostrils. Feeling that constriction in the back of the throat, that whisper breath, or ujjayi breathing. Inhale, begin to walk your fingertips out towards the top. Forearms off the mat. Exhale through the nose, sit the hips back towards the heels, the spine lengthening with every breath. One more time. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale through the nose, allow the hips to guide back. And then slowly begin to roll up, coming into a tabletop position, bringing the hands directly below the shoulders, so wrist and shoulders in one line. Tuck the knees in just inside the hips. If you need a guide, you can place both fists together. Place them on the insides of the knees for good hips width distance. Once you have your stance, we're going to draw the low belly up, slightly tucking the tailbone, making a nice stable table. As we inhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis down, drop the belly, slightly begin to pull the chest through the shoulders, look up. Exhale, we round, pressing the floor away, arching our back like an angry cat, dropping the head, letting the gaze fall towards the belly button. Keep moving the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale, drop it down. Allow the shoulder blades to relax down as you pull your chest a little further through, look up. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Moving through 4 more rounds, you can do your basic cat-cow, but if you want, begin to shift your ribs to the right as you inhale, drawing a half circle down through the center. And then as you exhale, up and over to the left, making these big belly rolls. One more time to the right. Exhale to the left. When you get back to the top, we switch directions. Inhale to the left, breathing into the side body, down through the middle. Exhale up and over to the right. One more time. And exhale. Returning to our stable table, that belly button keeps moving up and back. Inhale the right foot back, toes planted into the floor, pulse through the heel, bounce, static stretch, whatever feels good. On the next inhale, we float the right heel up, keeping the heel in line with the hip. Don't sink into the low back. Keep everything moving up and nice and tight. Inhale the left arm towards the front of the mat. Reaching long through the heel and the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, slow and controlled, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time, and extend. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, reaching all the way out, keeping the right foot lifted. The left hand plants down. We kick the left foot out to the side. Begin to roll, stacking the hips. The right foot plants down. The right arm reaches up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, drop the right hand towards the front of the mat. Lifting through the hips, side body stretch for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, cartwheel everything down, returning to our nice stable table. Left side, inhale the left foot back, plant into the toes, bounce, stretch. On the next inhale, the heel lifts. Remember, keep it in line. Don't crunch that low back. The right arm reaches towards the front. Exhale, elbow to knee. 1. Inhale, extend. Exhale, 2. Inhale, extend. Exhale, 3. Exhale, the right hand down. Kick out. Plant that left foot all the way through the pinky side. Stack the shoulders and then begin to drop that left hand towards the front of the room. Exhale. Cartwheel down. Returning to our stable table. Walk your hands about 2 steps up. Tuck the toes and exhale. Send your hips up and back, finding our first down dog. You can pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other, picking up a leg, rolling into high plank. Just take some moments to do what feels good in the body. Finding some stillness in our down dog, begin to press firmly through the L shape of the hand. The middle finger and pointer finger pad knuckles and the thumb. We roll the weight out of the pinky side of the hand, focusing on this side of the hand so that we can alleviate some pressure off the wrists. We wrap our triceps in towards the ears. You can softly bend the knees, draw that low belly up and back, reach the sit bones high to the sky. As we exhale, we glide the shoulders down the back, let the gaze drop towards the thighs or the ankles or even the belly button. As you begin to relax in this posture and let the heels sink down with a little bit of weight every exhale, maybe they touch, maybe they don't. We'll just make sure we have a nice long spine. 2 more breaths. Inhale. On the next inhale, we look forward, step or walk all the way to the top of the mat. When you get there, halfway lift, place the hands on the shins, the spine's nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up, hands come together overhead. Exhale, hands down by the sides. Slowly beginning to ground down into the 4 corners of our feet. Pull all 10 toes back. You can stand with your big toes touching or heels slightly apart, or with your feet directly up under your hips. Remember the 2-fist rule. Once you have your stance, you find your foundation. Slowly begin to set the toes down without putting any weight into them. Working the activation through the arches of the feet, the ankles, the knees come up into the thighs, activating the entire low half of the body. Begin to rotate the thighs towards the back of the room as we scoop our tailbone forward, coming into our stable pelvis, our Mula Bandha. Inhale everything up and out of the waist. Exhale, allowing the shoulders to guide down the back. Pausing at the bottom of that abdominal contraction, finding that Uddiyana Bandha. Our bandhas keep our core strong and protect our spine as we move through our practice. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head. Exhale. Reach the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, leading with the chest, swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, take a step back. High plank. We're going to shift forward and drop to the knees, untuck the toes. So our spine remains nice and long, that slight tuck of the tailbone. We shoot the elbows directly back, grazing the ribs as we lower all the way down. Roll the shoulders back, peel the chest off the floor, baby cobra. Exhale, lay the chest back down. Inhale, gently press with the hands and lift the chest up a little higher. Small bend in the elbows, cobra. Exhale, keep rolling over the knees, tuck the toes and the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, look forward, step or walk to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands down by the sides. Sit the hips low, bend the knees, reach the arms up, lift to the chest, finding our chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. You can knees, chest, chin, just like we did before, or full chaturanga, shifting forward. Elbows shoot directly back, finding that 90-degree bend in the elbow. Inhale, untuck the toes, lift the thighs, lift the chest. Look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot up. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, rolling through the upper back. Plant the foot between the hands. You can't use your hand, get that foot way up there. Pivot the left heel down, press through the blades out of the left foot and rise up. Warrior one. Exhale, hands frame that right foot, step it back, high plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up high. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, roll through. Plant that foot between the hands, the right heel pivots down, pressing through the pinky side of the foot, reach up, warrior one. Exhale, framing the left foot, step it back, high plank, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog, 2 breaths. Inhale, look forward, step, walk, jump to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sit the hips down low, bend the knees, reach the arms up, find that chair one more time. And exhale, come to standing. Inhale, scoop the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, take the left foot, step it all the way back, finding a runner's lunge. You can begin to pulse into the hips, sweeping back and forth, lowering down, making some circles, whatever feels good. Just letting the hips know the direction we're about to go. When you're ready, fingertips graze the floor, deep bend in that front knee, rise up, high crescent. You can bend the back knee if you're crunching into the low back at all, but make sure both legs are nice and strong. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to cactus arms, pinch the shoulder blades together, let them fall down, and drop that left knee to the floor. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up. Exhale, we drop that back knee all the way down, untuck the toes. Arms stay lifted, reach. As we exhale, we're going to draw a line on the ceiling, looking back, sink. One more time, inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, drop it back. Inhale up. Exhale, framing that right foot, We're going to begin to shift our hips back. If you have a block or 2 blocks, place them on either side a little bit behind the toes and begin to shift your hips back, adjusting as you need. You want your hips to be square, so we pull this right hip back. We flex the toes. The left hip moves forward. We feel the stretch behind the knee, in the hamstring. We lengthen the spine. Inhale, the chest moves forward. As we exhale, we fold at the waist, keeping that spine nice and long. You can begin to lower the blocks if you need to, or remove them entirely using your hands to brace on the floor. This is our half split. Inhale. Exhale. Allowing your hips to keep moving in their directions, right hip back, left hip forward. Keeping that stretch active. The more you flex the foot, the more intense this will feel. One more big breath. On our next inhale, we begin to walk forward, finding that low lunge again. And as we exhale, we guide the hips back, moving with the breath. One more time. Inhale forward, lift through the chest. Exhale back. Inhale, move it forward. Planting the left hand down, reach the right arm up. You can stay on your knee, or you can pick up into a high lunge, but we are going to step back into side plank. Look down at your left hand, and on the next inhale, sweep that right foot back, finding your high plank, or your side plank. Lifting through the hips. Exhale, the right arm threads up under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thread. Inhale. Last one, thread it through. Inhale up. Exhale, finding that high plank, both hands to the floor, and lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Cycling through the breath. Inhale the left foot up high. Exhale, bring it all the way through, finding that runner's lunge one more time. Again, you can pulse, you can move, make those circles. Slowly begin to activate the belly. Kick through that back heel. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Remember, you can softly bend that back knee. But when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, cactus arms, drop that right knee to the floor. 1, up, 2, up, 3, inhale. On our exhale, we drop that right knee to the floor, untuck the toes. Reach up with the chest. Exhale, drop it back. One more time. Exhale. Inhale back through the center. Exhale, the hands come and frame the left foot this time. We begin to glide the hips back. Then again, you can use your blocks. The blocks help bring the floor to you. So, right hip pulls forward, left hip pulls back. Our foot is flexed. We lengthen the spine. We maintain a nice, straight integrity. Exhale, draw the belly button back and begin to fold out and over, sending your gaze past your toes. You can continue to use your blocks, lower them down, or remove them entirely. 2 more big breaths. Inhale, walk it forward. Finding that low lunge, reaching up through the chest. Exhale, send it back, moving with the breath. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, coming forward. You can plant that right hand. Reach the left arm up high to the sky. Stay on the back knee or pick it up. Moving into the side plank, look down at the right hand. On the next inhale, the left foot comes back to meet the right. Lift through the hips. Exhale, thread the needle. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up. Exhale, cartwheel down, high plank, chaturanga. Exhale, down dog. 2 big breaths. Inhale, look forward, step block, jump to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit the hips low, reach the arms up, find our chair. In our chair, we have a slight tuck to the tailbone. We look down at our toes, make sure you can see all 10, and maybe give them a wiggle. You don't want to put all your weight into your toes. You lift up and through the chest. Your gaze follows your arms, and maybe your palms come to touch, and maybe they don't if that makes you feel claustrophobic. Just find this chair and hold for 3 breaths. Shoulders move down away from the ears. Inhale, come to standing. Maybe a small back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump it back. High plank, chaturanga. Lift up. Exhale, down dog. Right toes up, high to the sky. Squaring the right hip towards the floor. Keep reaching the toes towards the sky. Feeling that good stretch in the left leg. One more breath. Inhale, reach those toes up high. Exhale, knee to nose. 1. Send it back. Exhale, 2. Send it back. Exhale, 3. Hold it for the inhale. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Pivot all the way down on the left heel and cartwheel up. Warrior 2. In our Warrior 2, you have a deep bend in this front right knee. You're pulling the knee towards the pinky toes. Maybe you can see your first toe or first 2 toes. Your back foot is parallel to the back of the mat, pressing through the blade side of the foot. You set your hips low, opening. Reach the arms up high, look down that right middle finger. Shoulders roll down away from the ears. Reverse your right hand. Inhale, reach up and back. Let the left hand graze the left thigh. As we exhale, the right elbow comes to the right thigh. Stacking the left hand or letting it drop towards the front of the mat. One more time. Inhale, reverse. Maybe that left hand wraps around to the right hip. Exhale, extend. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, hold. Inhale, we're going to straighten our right leg. Maybe walk a little bit on the back foot, shortening our stance. Our hips are going to go towards the back of the mat. You're going to reach that right arm out as far as you can. Take your hand to the shin. You can use your block. Or peace sign fingers can hook the right big toe. You're going to extend the left arm to the sky. But I want you to think about moving your body in 2 separate directions. The hips move back, upper body moves forward, and then we're opening the chest to the sky. So imagine that this left hip point is slowly pulling back, reaching up. 2 breaths. Inhale, release your grip. Rise up. We're going to turn our feet to face the back of the mat. Then you're going to turn your left foot all the way out. Walk that right foot back if you shortened your stance. Bend deeply into that left knee. Pull the knee towards the pinky toes. Extend your arms, finding Warrior 2. Now we're looking down that left middle finger. Reverse that left palm. Inhale, reverse your Warrior. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Stacking the right, maybe dropping it towards the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Finding that Warrior 2. Straighten that left leg. Again, you're welcome to shorten your stance. You can send the hips back. Find what works. The shin, the block. Peace sign fingers find the big toes. It's very important to remember that our bodies are not mirror images. One side could feel drastically different, so listen to your body. Last breath, inhale. Inhale, rise up all the way through. Turn the toes towards the side. Cartwheel all the way back down to the front. Stepping it back, finding our high plank and holding here. As we hold in this high plank, we have the same Tadasana-like stance. Kicking through the heels, grounding through the feet. Slightly tug at the tailbone, draw that low belly up and back. Press the floor away, and maybe puffing the backside of the upper back just ever so slightly. 2 more breaths. Exhale, shift forward and lower down, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lift up, lift the thighs for up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left toes up. Again, we're squaring that hip to the floor, stretching through the back of the right leg. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. 1. Exhale, 2. Back. Exhale, 3, and hold for that inhale. Exhale, plant that foot between the hands. Pivot the right foot all the way down. Cartwheel up, pivoting the left foot to point the same direction. We're going to lift up through the chest, big star pose. Exhale, begin to forward fold. Taking your hands all the way down. You can have your wrists directly below the shoulders, just like before, or you can begin to walk the hands back, fingertips even with the toes, or even further, heel of the hand even with the heel of the foot. But as we're here, we need to lean forward, trusting ourselves, putting some weight into the big toe mound, making our body nice and long. I'm going to turn. So if you need a better visual, we draw that low belly up. We're going to fold inside the empty space, drop the head. We're going to square those elbows together, creating a little box, just like chaturanga arms, and keep dropping the head. If this is too much, you're rounding through the back. You can bend your knees. You're going to set your belly down inside the thighs. Create that same box with the arms, drop the head. As we inhale, then you lift the hips. When you feel those legs and the thighs begin to shake, pause and breathe there. Sometimes the only thing that we can do when we're in a tough or uncomfortable yoga posture is make our breath easy. So focus on that breathing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Look at the right toes, turn them toward the right corner of the mat, and slowly begin to sink down into our Skandasana. We lift the left toes. Inhale up, walk it over. Exhale, sink down into the left, pulling the right toes. You can keep your hands to the floor, but we're going to do 2 more on each side. You can bring your hands to heart center. Keep those hips low as you shift over to the right. Exhale. Left. 1 more each side. Last one. Hands to the floor, lift the hips, halfway lift. Exhale, walk over the left foot. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look to the front, step or walk, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. Inhale, bring our hands to heart center, ground down firmly through our feet. Send the hands up. Exhale, we're going to make a big X in front of our body. Our right arm goes under the left. We stack at the elbows. Opposite shoulders. You can put the backs of the hands together, or you can do a full eagle wrap with the arms. The shoulders stay even, so pulling that left down to be even with the right. Exhale, sitting low into our chair. Put all the weight into the left foot. Inhale, pick up the right knee. Exhale, cross it. You can kickstand with the toes grazing the floor. You can cross it tight like you got to pee, or wrapping the foot around the back of the left calf, finding that full eagle wrap, holding here for 3. If you fall, it's okay. 2, 1. Inhale, standing back up. Other side, exhale the left up under the right. Remember your options. Sit low, balancing into the right foot. That left knee comes up high, finding your cross. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, standing back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to wiggle walk our feet to the widest edges of the mat. You can have your feet parallel to the mat or toes slightly out. Slowly begin to sit down as low as you can, finding our malasana, our yogi squat. You can take the elbows to the knees. If that is too much for you, you can take your block or your book on the highest level, and you can sit, lifting through the chest, lengthening that spine. Whatever works best for you, holding here for 3 big belly breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach the arms out, round through the back, sit down as gracefully as possible. Extend the legs out long. And grab your strap if you have it or need it. We're going to hook it around the feet. Inhale, lengthen. And we're going to keep that belly drawing back just like we did with our standing forward fold. And we're going to lead with the chest. Noticing that the belly touches the thighs first. Keep shining that chest forward. The shoulders are moving down. If you have a nice deep fold with that flat spine, you can grab the outsides of the feet, or peace sign fingers can hook the big toes, or you can clasp your hands around your feet. Once you have your posture, inhale, lengthen, shine that chest forward, exhale, fold. In time, belly will melt to the thighs, chest to the knees, forehead to the shin. But until we're there, we just breathe. We lengthen that spine as much as we can. We fold inside the empty space. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Walk yourself up, pointing the knees towards the ceiling. Take your hands to the backs of the thighs. Open up the chest and look out in front. You can pick one toe up, maybe the other. Shins can be parallel to the sky. You can release your hands. If you begin to round through your back at all, just come back to a point when you didn't. Everything's nice and long. We draw that low belly in. Navasana, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, the soles of the feet come together, hug them in nice and tight. Elbows come into the hips, not to the knees. So maybe that makes your knees sit up a little higher, but that's okay. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Take your thumbs to the arches of the foot and open your feet up like a book, hugging the elbows into those hips. Begin to lean forward with that flat spine. 3 big breaths. Inhale. Return to our Navasana for 1 moment. If you need to, you can take your hands behind your hips, fingers pointing towards your body, or you can keep your arms extended as we lower out into our canoe. 1. Inhale up, nice long spine. Exhale 2. Inhale up. Exhale 3. Finding this hollow body pose. Our heels are lifted, our shoulders are up. If you want to challenge yourself, reach your arms up overhead. Continue to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. Making sure you're about mid-mat. Bring your knees to point towards the sky, heels in line with the hips. See if you can brush your heels with your fingertips. We're going to start with a bridge pose. So feeling your shoulder blades nice and flat on your mat, pressing firmly into the feet, palms down by the hips. Press the small of the back into the floor, and we're going to do a couple little move with our breath movements. Inhale, begin to lift up. Exhale, roll it down. Vertebrae by vertebrae, lift up. Exhale, roll it down. Last one, we're going to get to the top and hold. Inhale, roll it up. And hold. Keep lifting through the hips, pressing through the four corners of the feet. If you'd like to open the chest a little bit more, you can take a 10-finger clasp behind the back. Work the shoulders back. Press that fist into the floor. Keep lifting the hips up. 3, 2, and 1. Release your grip. If you took it, exhale, lower down. One more round. You can do the bridge again for 3 breaths, or you can come into wheel. In our wheel, our hands come up beside our ears, fingertips pointing to the body. We're all going to cycle through the breath. And exhale. On the next inhale, lift your hips up high. For wheels, you can stop pressing on the top of the head for just a moment. Reset your hand and then begin to lift up a little higher, holding for 3 breaths. Pressing firmly through the feet and the hands, opening the chest. 2 more. And everybody exhale, lower down. Wheels, tuck your chin. And you can windshield wiper your knees side to side. Take your feet to the widest edges of the mat. Let the right knee drop in. Let the left ankle cross over the right knee. Send your gaze down your right arm. Switch. Left knee drops in, right ankle crosses. Notice your heart rate coming back to a natural rhythm. Extending both legs out long. Take a 10-finger clasp, hug it about 2 inches below the right knee. Inhale. And as we exhale, we let the right knee open just a little bit and then hug that knee down into the armpit. We're avoiding the rib cage, going out and around, finding that awkward pinch in the ascending colon. Or finding the awkward pinch in the right hip, massaging the ascending colon. Exhale, release. Left side, inhale. Exhale, hug it down. This time we find that pinch in the left hip, massaging the descending colon. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, both knees in. You can take each hand to the respective knee and hug tightly, or you can wrap your elbows around, grabbing opposite elbows. Get the back of the head glued to the mat. Lengthen the tailbone down. Make sure your feet don't cross. Stare at that little diamond between the knees and the elbows. Hug in tightly, finding that awkward pinch in both hips, massaging the transverse colon. 3, 2, 1. Release. You can take a Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees open up. Take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Breathe in deeply into the belly. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. One more time, big belly breath. Pausing at the top. Exhale, release. If you're ready for our final resting posture, Shavasana, extend your legs, let your feet open up to either side. Hands down by your waist, palms face up. Maybe starting with the toes, allowing them to relax. Soften the arches of the feet. Relax the ankles. Maybe notice the calves pressing gently into the mat. We relax our knees down away from the thighs. Soften the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. With every exhale, our hips get heavier. We notice the natural rise and fall of our chest and our stomach. Softening the shoulders. Relaxing the biceps, the triceps, the forearms. Allowing the fingertips to roll inward as we soften the palms. Relaxing the muscles in the face and the neck. Feel the cheeks soften, the bottom jaw slacks. Our tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth and the lips gently part. Allowing the eyelids to be heavy, relaxing any remaining tension in the forehead. If you would like to do a final scan of the body, picking up any frustrations, expectations, judgments from your past practice, or anything that you've carried with you that you do not wish to carry with you. Bring it to the forefront of the mind, that third eye chakra, the space between the eyebrows. Holding it there as we inhale and exhale through the mouth, allowing it to leave with our breath. And just taking a couple moments here, allowing your body and your mind to be still, to be quiet. As thoughts try to enter back into the mind, acknowledge them, accept them, and allow them to pass. Bringing your awareness and your intention back to your breath. If you prefer a longer Shavasana, you're welcome to stay here. But when you're ready, bringing life back to the body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, rotating your wrists and your ankles, gently tilting your head from side to side. If you would like one final stretch, reach your arms up overhead, zip the feet together, point the toes, inhale, the small of the back comes up off the mat. Exhale your knees in towards your chest. And slowly rolling over to the right or to the left, using that arm as a pillow, allowing the opposite arm to drape over you. Pausing for just a moment. And then when you're ready, pressing into the hands, begin to bring yourself up, sitting comfortably at the top of the mat. Keeping our eyes closed, inhale our hands up overhead for one final breath. Exhaling your hands to heart center, bowing your head in gratification for a practice. Strong, wonderful practice. Thank you for letting me guide you the past couple moments. May we know the truth, may we speak the truth, may we be the truth. Namaste.